Do you know that almost every major nationalist or conservative or patriot leader in the world has either been arrested or harassed or sued or had their bank accounts taken away? You go, well, how is it happening in the UK and Brazil and the US? Don't they have leaders? We have corporate governance, and the libertarians were fooled. I was fooled. The big think tanks are like, oh, the state withers away, and then it's this corporate utopia where you have all these choices, but instead the corporations get together and form their own government. Being, quote, libertarian, fiscally, economically, was the dumbest thing I ever did. And Tucker Carlson admits that he was an idiot as well. But you buy into it, and they've got the big DC think tanks, and, oh, yeah, the state will just wither away. No, you get a bigger state that corporations control to control you. And then if the state gets out of hand, they just break it up, and they operate as a government. And that's how they're doing it, just like Hitler did, and just like the Bolsheviks did, where they wouldn't let anybody that wasn't part of their party, even if you submitted to them, didn't matter, you'd be their slave. But if you were a party member, then you could have bank accounts. Then you could have commerce. And everyone had to come to you. Just like when George Washington wasn't a nobleman by blood, so he couldn't open a business. He couldn't even throw an official party. You had to get a nobleman to come to your party to have a party. You had to go through them to even have a job or be able to sell land. So that's all these fascists and communists recreate, is a system where you have to go through them. And then once they've got you with big tech and all the rest of it, oh, you're not going to have the lawyer on Facebook or Twitter saying, it turns out Kyle Rittenhouse was being chased and attacked and they were trying to grab his gun and saying, kill him. You don't get a defense. Your lawyer doesn't get a voice in America. I mean, this is absolutely getting out of control. And notice it's every aspect of life. And hundreds of thousands of paid ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center trained individuals like Bolsheviks, commissars, are now in control of all of big tech and media, interface with CNN and MSNBC, saying what can and can't be said, from Australia to the UK to Spain to the United States to Canada. And they're coming to people's houses and making mass arrests in Australia and in Spain and now in England and in Scotland. There's stacks of news. They're just arresting everybody if you criticize the government or political correctness or COVID. And when the CDC came out and said 90+% of the tests are fake, false positives, and 90+%, 94% had comorbidity, they censored all that. Thomas Jefferson was famously asked, what is the limit to which tyrants will take us? And he said, the limit you will accept. And that's absolutely true. And so we're going into slavery, high-tech, horrible, with a fascist control system above it, a technocracy, with a communist ideology below it, with a dumbed-down, mindless, divided population. So I don't tell you all of that to scare you. I tell you so that you understand, the more you give in, the worse it gets. Look at this graphic I've got right over here. I'm going to walk over here. Communism is behind the Hoover Dam. Hundreds of billions of gallons of water that can be life-giving to crops and humans and more. Unless it's unleashed in an improper way, it'll destroy the lives of tens of thousands of people. It'll kill thousands of people. It's a weapon. Communism is held back by InfoWars and by your resistance and by your prayer and by Trump. But here it is. Communism's up here behind the dam. You've got InfoWars holding it back, and you're down here. And just like Donald Trump told you, they're not after him. They're coming for you. And this is real. So I'm going to tell you again, because the straits are dire for everybody, but they really want InfoWars off the air. If you want to get the supplements or the books or the T-shirts or the films or the high-quality storable food, it's all in stock now, but a lot of the supplements won't be there in the future. The food is there for now, 1 to 2 weeks delivery. You need to get your orders in, not just for you. I don't know how long we'll be able to continue operating this system and self-funding. They've taken our sponsors, they've taken everything away, and they are behind the scenes running intelligence operations against us to sabotage and shut us down. And at a date in the future, I'll be able to tell you about it, or you'll see it on the news, okay? But you see what's going on. You need to get your orders in now. It's a patriotic duty for yourself and the world, the country, and common sense. And you need to understand, I've never lied to you consciously. I've made mistakes. But InfoWars, on a scale of 1 to 10, our worst threats before were a 2. This is a 9. They've got people out on the street, ladies and gentlemen, with contracts out to kill me. Okay? It's all coming down. They're trying to indict the entire Trump family right now in the Southern District of New York and also in the state with the Attorney General, the minion of Soros, Letitia James. They're going after everybody. This is a real war. And I need capital to go into next year and stay on air, and we don't have the reserves to do that if they make some of these moves. So get the money to us now so we can operate. Go to InfoWarsStore.com. You can also donate at InfoWarsStore.com in the Support Us section.